What's going on, my people? What's the dealio, my friends and family and people and all that? Roll 5-0. What's going on? First one in the chat, of course. Bosa, brother. And a very close follow-up, my lady, of course. The lady right there keep me sane. How's everybody doing tonight? Can y'all hear me okay? Father Dawn. Oh, this thing tripping with me today, apparently. See if we can get a couple of more folks in here. There we go. All right, I think I fixed it. How's everybody's evening going? I appreciate y'all coming on through to the second official live. I hope y'all got your drink and or your green, or your lavender, your essential oils, your lit incense, whatever you like to have going on to unwind. For me, it is hard apple cider this evening. If you ain't got it, go get it. Oh, and your vapes. I got to have me one of them too. I got the double apple going on today. We just gonna give it another minute or so, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the shindig. Talk a little bit about what a Kahu is and what it means for me to be one. And we gonna list all the babies today, all the babies' names, and how they got those names, essentially, because that plays a part in being a Kahu for me, because of how I treat my animals. Bear, make sure you tune in next week because Bear's going to be the special guest, and I am so excited for that. That is going to be lit as the fuck. I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be funny as hell. So I can't wait for that one. So that's going to be on the 11th. But we're going to go ahead and get kicking off here. If y'all don't know, aloha. My name is Maki. I am the owner of Unique Serpents by Maki. This is my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're not following me on the other social medias, follow me on those. All of them are the same name. And I think I'm on everything. I think now I'm officially on everything. Don't look for me on Twitter. I'm not on now. But that's it. I feel like Twitter has been tainted. I feel like Twitter, or X, is officially tainted and gone. I feel like nobody should be on there. Unless you done lost it if you're still on Twitter, Elias. And if he ain't in here, you can tell him I said it. Damn it, I said it. He gone. Okay, he gone. So let's just talk a little bit real quick about what a kahu is. A kahu is a term in Hawaiian that means caretaker, essentially. And it is something that is taken very seriously in the culture, especially when working with animals specifically, because animals didn't ask to be in your home. They're very much like a child. So we kind of have this thing where I'm from, is that if you don't treat your animals like children, like your children, then it's not we're not on the same level. And I do thoroughly believe in that. If you're not treating your animals like they're your kids, and we're not keeping on the same level, there's a condition there at some point. And that's not saying that breeders don't care for their animals like children. That's not what I'm saying. Because when you got a real breeder that really loves and cares for their animals, when they retire a breeder or send one of their breeders off, or sell one of the babies, it's like they sending them off to school, they sending them off to college, and stuff like that. You can you can really, really tell the difference in money-making breeders and keepers who are breeders. You can tell the difference between a breeder first and a keeper first. And I thoroughly respect that. What did Bear say? I accidentally made cinnamon bread with... Wow. Okay, Bear. Cinnamon is a spice, so technically you're not out too bad because cinnamon is technically a spice. But when you do meet those kind of breeders, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable getting from them. If I can, it's just a different type of love, care, and respect that goes into being a Kahu. You take a lot of pride in that. And on the island, you are judged very, very heavily on how you keep your animals, because it's a sign of how you're going to care for someone else. There's a rule that I have, and I believe that stems from it. I don't trust no woman that don't keep no type of animal. I don't care if it's a goldfish. If they don't already have a child and you don't got no animals, I ain't really looking your way, sweetheart. You ain't got to worry about me coming over there because I don't feel like you got that nurture in your body. You got to have the nurture in your body for me because I'm a big old baby. Don't let me fuck around and get sick, okay? I don't want to be, don't touch me. I just want my soup and my beer. And I'm always told I can't drink beer when I'm sick, but I want it. I need that because I'm going to just get up and go to work. I need somebody that's going to nurture enough to be like, sit the fuck down. I need that in my life. So that's a thing. So being a Kahu is something that I really take great pride in. I don't play around with that term. And I think that's why, if you don't know, I lost over the entirety of 2023. I lost 3 babies last year. Mochaccino, Kai. Mochaccino and Kai were both Cresties. And Nefertiti was a ball python that I had picked up at a show. And what's crazy is none of the factors that contributed to their passing really had much to do with me. They were things that I couldn't fight. I could do whatever I could for them, and I couldn't fight it. There was nothing I could do to combat that. And even though that was the case with those 3 animals, it still took a huge piece out of me. It hit me like a freight train, full speed. I mourn those animals every day that they passed. And they all passed at different times. And one of them one of them just wouldn't eat. Nefertiti wouldn't eat. I picked up Nefertiti at a show in Texas when I was visiting down there. Met big sister Candy Cane. Can't nobody else call her Candy Cane, just me. Don't do that. But Candy was keeping her, for a few weeks just to make sure that she ate and she was healthy and she could be sent off. And poor little old Nefertiti just wouldn't eat. She just would not eat. Candy even force fed her, and she just regurgitated. So I don't know what was going on. Right, Bosa? Love my animals, all of them. Mochaccino was kind of a chalk up to. He was just too little when I got him. He just wasn't quite ready to be gone anyway. Okay. Kai, I think, was the hardest because I had a situation with Kai, and it ended up being his genetics, which is what me and what we all, when we got together, the little congregation got together, we figured it out. It was his genetics. It were weak genetics. And there's absolutely nothing I can do against weak genetics. There's nothing I can do about that. But when I tell you that Kai took me the fuck out, because with Kai, man, he got down and I did everything and he got back up And he was normal. I swear to God, he was normal. Because I didn't take him out that deli cup, and Kai hates deli cups. He hates them. He hates small spaces. He likes to be able to roam and move around. Every time I pop that deli cup to look at him, I'm like, man, you look good. You're pooping, you're eating, you're doing what you're supposed to do, but I just don't know. And not as soon as I put him back in that enclosure, within 3 or 4 days, he was gone. Broke my heart. Found him out when I got off work, but damn near killed me. It took me the fuck out. But those are things as a Kahu that you will experience. It's not losing an animal and I lost an animal. It's I lost a loved one that cannot and will not be replaced. You can't. You can't do it. You just can't do it. That little individual animal was that individual animal. It's only called an animal because it's not called a human, because it's a different species. But if you don't consider those animals to be loved ones, me and you, we ain't on the same fucking level. We're not. We're not keeping on the same level. We don't care for things on the same level. Me and you ain't the same. And I guess a part of me being a Kahu is, bitch, don't come for me. If you not treating your animals the same way that I treat mine or better, you ain't got no business ever saying a motherfuck ass thing to me. That's the way I look at it. And I'm not saying that I'm the best. I'm not, because I have so much to learn. There's people that have been keeping for 30, 40 some years. And I'm barely in 2, 3. I'm going on 3. It'll be 3 in October this year. I'm barely going into 3. But the difference between me and those people that are so cocky about it, man, there's plenty for you to learn. It takes a village to raise kids. So if you a Kahu, it takes a village to raise your animals. And if you don't see it in that light, then we don't have anything to talk about. So one of my biggest things was having all of my animals. The only 2 that didn't were Kai and Mochaccino. They did not have middle names because I didn't know their sex. What's up, Elias? Go on get that iPhone, Elias, and stop playing with the people. Go on get the iPhone 15. Go on do it hard. Get you a new phone. Why are you at Verizon? You know Verizon, don't got that good Wi-Fi for you. They got that AOL dial-up. You got to tell people to hang up the phone. But you go and get that iPhone 15 titanium, and then let me borrow it for you, for a month or 2. That's how you do that right there. But a part of it, the biggest part for me is treating my animals like that, like I gave birth to them. So that being the case, all of my animals have my last name on all of their paperwork, and they also have full names. So we're going to start, and I can't pull everybody out right now because I would love to, but I just fed everybody, and I checked everyone, and they're not fully digested yet. And I haven't figured out how to put the pictures up and stuff like that yet. So bear with me. We might have to do a part 2 where y'all see the people. But I also have 2 more coming that will be discussed later. One of them you already know about, but that other boy, I gotta keep him under wraps right now. So let's see if I can still go in order. I know I can go in order. So my normal, for most of us, are in the reptile community here. So y'all know morphs and stuff. So I'm gonna throw the morphs out there. But my very first baby was Kamea Polonunu. Like that's last name Watts. If y'all don't know, my last name is Watts. So all of them got my last name, so I ain't got to say the whole thing. But her name is Kamea Polonunu Watts, and I named her that because Kamea means the great or the one. And when I got her, I got her as a trade because my very, very first snake, his name was Nehesa, which in Hawaiian just means snake, because I needed a gender neutral name for him. And I got her as a trade because Nahessa, when I first got him, oh, it's just that Angry Orchard bear, that Angry Orchard. Can I put this up there? Oh, I hope I can. Well, I ain't gonna get monetized no way. I cuss too much. There you go, Angry Orchard. That's all that is. Nothing fancy. I've been on a cider kick lately. This is that time of year for me that I drink ciders and stouts like Casey's Dunkel. Oh, that Dunkel. Oh, and Stella Artois. They got a Stella Artois black. I got the bottle sitting up there, and it's really good. But anyway, back to Command. I named her that because I got her. Hey, Brittany, how you doing? I got her as a trade because Nahessa wouldn't eat. And so I took a shout out to Pet Stop. I took Nahessa back to the pet store, and they were afraid that whatever might be going on with him, either that he would likely have to be taken to the vet. And because he'd have to be taken to the vet, they didn't want to have me shell out all that amount of money. I only had him for a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks to a month. So they traded him, and I got Kamea. Now Kamea, now all things considered, I thought Nahessa was pretty big. But Kamea was chunky. She was a chunky thing in comparison. I mean, Nahessa had to be like goddamn near 4 weeks out the egg, a couple months out the egg. He was maybe pushing 70 grams or maybe 100 grams. Maybe if that. Kamea was probably a solid 150, 200 grams when I got her. And boy, she was chunky. So Polonunu means chunky. And it's usually people will on the island will say, "Oh, look at the Polonunu baby." You know, they just look at the chunky baby. So since she was a baby, that's my baby. She the great chunky one. So that's what Kamea's name means. Nothing fancy. She is the normal. She is the OG triple OJ. The one that started it all over here. The one that started me telling anybody in the first owning of the snakes. All of that. She the OG triple OG normal. And just as pretty as she want to be. I love that baby. That's my baby right there. So after her, I got BB, which was supposed to be his original name because he's a banana pinstripe. And I kept calling him my banana boy. So I put the deposit on him. And the only reason why I got BB was because Kamea was supposed to be a boy. I didn't want no girls. Because girls typically get bigger than boys, and I was afraid I'd never have enough space in my little old apartment to keep no girl. And if I was only gonna get one, that was the plan. I was only supposed to have one. That was the whole plan. Was to only have one baby. And when I found out that Kamea was a girl, I said, "Well, fuck. I might as well go on and get me a boy now." And I got Kamea as a normal specifically to pay homage to the normals because I don't see people keeping them. I don't see too many. Everybody wants the bright and the yellow and all the patterns and shit like that. But I said, I'm going to get the first one. The very first one is going to be a normal. And damn near everything else that I have gotten that I've had access to do, like, I mean, except for the retic. The retic, the retic was a different story. But we'll get to him in a second. But my next one that I got was BB. He was supposed to be just BB because I kept calling him Banana Boy, so his name was BB. BB Watts. But that I got on the phone one day with a person that will be discussed later on. I'm gonna get that out my system. So I think I'm gonna tell that story after next week. So the following week, if you want to hear some drama, I'm gonna tell you about that. Because that shit pisses me off to this day. But this woman, call myself talking to. Hey, worst mistake of my life. We were on the phone. I was drinking. I was cleaning out somebody's enclosure, doing something. And she was like, "You got to give BB a real name." And I was like, "His name is Banana Boy. That's his name." And then I settled back into my shit now. And I was like, all right, you're right. I said, you keep messing with me about giving him a name, I'm going to fuck around and call him Bartholomew Benjamin. And that stuck. That was it. So he was my one drunken mistake that I absolutely adore. I love BB's name. I love BB's name to death. Oh my God, Bartholomew Benjamin. And it's not Benjamin Bartholomew. And I be getting on people's tails about that Benjamin Bartholomew. No, his name is Bartholomew Benjamin. And I've always kind of liked the name Bartholomew for some reason. I don't know why. But that as a name, I don't know where I came, I don't know where I heard it or whatever as a kid or whatever. But Bartholomew Benjamin, that BB, that's my yellow boy. That's my first yellow boy, my first morph. And that was supposed to be it. I said, okay, I got two. I got my boy and I got my girl. So that's the way I always said if I ever had kids, I would want one boy, one girl, unless I ended up with twins. And I would still prefer for them to be fraternal. So I'd still give my one boy and my one girl. Don't matter who comes first. You a lie and a half. I didn't even know you at the time, Bo. So sit down, El Papa. After that, the same girl that I was talking to, she said, you know, I got COVID right after I got BB, and right after I had put the deposit down for Capone, I caught COVID, and I just happened to be up on Morph. I was on Morph Market one night, and I just got to looking at different morphs, and I just was clicking on random names because I don't know what any of them mean or any of them look like a name. And the one that stood out that particular night was Kingpin, and I was like, ooh, I wonder what that is. And I was in the group, the infamous group, and I asked people if I could see what their Kingpin morphs look like. Then that's how I kind of found out you put this gene, or not gene, but you put this morph together and this morph together and you get this one. And I forget what a Kingpin is. Pinstripe is something. Oh, pastel. Pastel and Pinstripe make a Kingpin. Yeah. Pastel and Pinstripe make a Kingpin. And what's really dope about the Kingpin is that they retain that gold, but it's like where I see Pinstripes, they just stay gold all the time. The Kingpins tend to lighten up, but what I really like about where I got Capone from is that particular breeder is that his Kingpins never really dulled out. Like the daddy was a Kingpin, but all the babies, like his older brothers and stuff like that, they never like dulled out. They kind of kept that gold like a pinstripe for as far as I've seen them 2 or 3 years old. So, you know, by that time, usually the colors will flush out. So Capone got his name. He is Capone Houdini. And he got his name because he's a kingpin. So Capone, Kingpin, Al Capone, the kingpin. Except his Capone is spelled with a K. Okay, we don't do them C's over here. We don't do them C's. Rock, candy cane. If you haven't seen Beyond the Scales, there's a whole thing going on. So just make sure you tune in on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. But his name is Capone because he's a kingpin morph. And then I got the middle name Houdini because when I brought him home, he was super active, like for the first 2 months and a month and a half. And it wasn't that he was active outside of when he was supposed to be active. He was active at night, the same way he is now. But he just looked like he was trying to bust out of everything. I just knew if anybody was going to escape, it was going to be Capone. So I just knew he was going to up and get out somehow because I had books and all types of shit on top of his enclosure. I wasn't playing with him because I just knew he was fitting to go. I didn't know how. And he was in a 20-gallon with one of them sliding mesh lids. So I don't know how he was going to figure out how to push that open, but I swear to God, I saw him move a stick and like lean on it so he could push it out. I just knew he was going to get gone on me. So I named him Capone, Houdini. And he has never escaped. He ain't never gotten out. I don't have a problem with the boys getting out. I have a problem with the girls. The goddamn girls. Kamea and Pele are the only two that have ever gotten out on me. And Pele will take every opportunity to get out. You leave a lip this big. If I swear to God, when they tell you that if their head can fit, the body is going. When I tell you, if you give this girl even a millimeter and her face can get through it, she gone. It's it. It's off. That's it. That's over. That's it. After that, it's gone. It's done. So that's how I got Capone. And he officially gave me 3, so now I officially had a collection. And it was supposed to stop. And I mean, at this point, I gave up. Because I said, well, damn, I got 3 of them. I got 3. That's it. I can't do no more. And then at that point, I started getting kind of involved with Unique Serpents and started posting little small stuff. And I had decided that I wanted to start Unique Serpents. So when I decided that, I was like, okay, I got to get me an adult. And my ex's cousin was also kept reptiles, and she was majorly downsizing her collection. So I wanted a rack system to be able to keep everybody. And I was like, well, I'll take the rack system off your hands and I'll take one of the babies. So I ended up getting Gambit, and his name is Gambit of Pep. And Gambit is most definitely named after Gambit from the X-Men. I got back in my anime and comic book. I got back in my blurred for a minute. And his name is Gambit of Pep. And Gambit is named after my favorite X-Man. Gambit is my favorite X-Man, faux X-Man, sidekicks X-Man. However you want to call him, Gambit's the shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. He the hardest. Okay, we can go to toe about Gambit. He cold-blooded, running through with the cards. I ain't never seen nobody with the goddamn cards. I love it. And he's so smooth with it. He out there. He's smooth. I love Gambit. And then I named him after. It's not that Gambit he doesn't have a chaotic personality. Gambit's my baby. Y'all see him in almost everything. He is super chill. He's a banana Mojave. He's a super chill baby. I got him as an adult. But I wanted another animal to have something to do with snakes in it. And I love Egyptian mythology. So I looked up an Egyptian god of snakes, and Apep is one of them. Turns out that Apep is the snake god of destruction. And after cleaning his enclosure today, maybe the name should stick. Because he destroyed his enclosure, and that was the worst cleaning that I've ever had to do for that boy. And me and him, we got beef because me and him, we nasty, just nasty. He was foul this time. I mean, turned up his water bowl, all types of shit, just made a mess. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Looked like something just came in there and nuked the motherfucker. But that's Gambit's name, so he's Gambit of Pep. So I like Egyptian culture a lot. So that's how he was the first one that I incorporated the Egyptian thing into. So that's him. And then after that, I went back to my roots. I ended up getting Queen Pele, and I got her from Big Sis Melody. Because she really fucks with me, yo. Like, when I say she really fucks with me, she do. That's my big sis in the reptile game. When Kamea got out and got lost, I was on the phone crying with her for an hour trying to find Kamea. Because I just knew my baby got outside. I just knew she got outside. I mean, I was crying. I mean, I was just gone. And he's my son. I can talk about him as much as I want to, Deja. Shit. Destroyed his enclosure. You come clean it. And so I ended up getting Queen. And the way that Big Sis Melody names her animals, if they're boys, they're king something. And if they're girls, they're queen something. So I wanted to stick with that same thing. My favorite and absolute god in Polynesian mythology is Pele because she is so misunderstood. Um, and the way that Pele's personality is, it really lines up because she is totally fine with being left alone, but when she bonds with you, and you can just tell that you her friend. And then I don't even think she's as bonded with me versus other people. What's up, Rico, my baby? How you? How you doing, Rico? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back through. I got to do that episode about JC. That's gonna be funny too. Yeah, I got them all stacked up now. Y'all in for a whirlwind. I got so many stories. So I followed Big Sis Mel's whole theme. So she is Queen Pele. Pele, she's cold blooded as a goddess. She is as a god or whatever. She's cold. Ain't nobody fucking with Pele. She is one of the most respected gods. You don't fuck with Pele. You just don't. She cold blooded. She's cold. So oh, and her morph is, oh, good God. She's a banana, black pastel, cinnamon, black lace back. That's what I was told. She got like 5 genes in her. She's a showstopper. And like if I wanted to go on breeding, that she got to get bred. Because, and I said I was going, if I ever bred anybody, it was going to be Gambit and Pele, because then I could get banana everything. And then she could have banana girls and banana boys, because I found out that banana boys either make banana boys or they make girls. They either make the boy, if the daddy's a banana, he's on all of his kids for the rest of his life going to all be girls, or they're going to all be boys if they're bananas. They can't make both, but the girl bananas can. So if the mama passes anything over, she can have banana boys and she can have banana girls. So I did want to find out if, well, now I got Hanzo in there too, but I do want to find out what Gambit, BB, and Hanzo, I want to find out what they make, if they make boys or girls. I do want to have my banana. I do want to breed my bananas. I'm not going to be like breeding them. I'm going to give them to a breeder and be like, just give me the first pick out of the clutch and give me my baby back. And I'll help you do the rest or something. But Makihito, that's me. Oh, God. Oh, I thought you said Makihito. Because, I thought I thought that's what y'all was thinking. Boy, I remember somebody called me a Makihito one time. I about lost my mind. That was a bit. I got so many damn nicknames. I'm gonna have to write them down at some point. So that's how I ended up with Pele. And then, okay, so let's see. After Pele, I didn't have anybody for a while. And then I got Anubis, the boa. Because I had been saying I was going to get me a damn boa. I've been doing research. I mean, researching, looking, what kind of size enclosure, what's the temperament. And I was like, I want a big snake. I want me a big boy, somebody 6 foot. I want somebody who's going to be 6 foot. And as a birthday present to myself, I gifted myself Anubis in 2022. He arrived. Shout out to Edward Whitfield. He is the breeder of Anubis. Gorgeous. He has gorgeous animals. Gorgeous. And Anubis morph he's the one that I ended up getting into heads with. So now I knew I had to find out something about a head. Dealing with him, because he's a normal, and then he's like 50% het blood and 50% het call and some shit like that. Like he's got call and blood in him, and I know they're both het. I could be wrong on the percentages. I'd have to go and look at what Edward told me, but he's definitely het blood and het call for sure. I know that for a fact. But he's a normal, so he just looks like a normal BCI. I named him Anubis because if you've seen, and I wanted a boa. What got me with boas was number one, the size, and number two, they got mustaches. If you've ever seen a boa, they got little mustaches on their face, and I thought that was just so cute. You got a whole little mustache. I thought that was some of the cutest shit I ever seen in my life. I was like, yo, I gotta get me one with the little mustache. He got a little mustache. So I named him Anubis because boas have what's called eyelash marks, and what they look like is like if you've seen Egyptian hieroglyphics, where they would paint the eye with that long bar in the corner of my malicious Jesus Christ. When they paint their eyes with that long strip right down the side of their eyes, his are very defined. Anubis is like stick out, like they are there, and he's a fairly light brown, especially right after shed. Like I know he's going to the shed when he get real dark. He's pretty light, and his are really defined. And I was like, I'm gonna name him Anubis. So I named him Anubis, and then my coworker, my work bestie, who keeps me sane at work. Whenever I talk about her, she that girl cold blooded. That my friend and my bestie right there. I said I can't come up with anything that fits with Anubis, and she was like, "Well, I don't know how she came up with it. I think it was a name that she said if she had a boy, she would want this to be incorporated. So she named him Samir." And I still don't remember what Samir is. You know what? Let's Google it. How about we all find out together? Ah, okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. It's got two names. Okay, not two names. It's got two different meanings in Arabic. So it's Arabic. One of the meanings is a good friend or companion who talks late into the night, which is fascinating because that boy is mad active at night. I know he's nocturnal, but he is a mad active and will stay out. He will come out at dusk and just be out all night. That's crazy. So that's one meaning. And then it also can mean holy, jovial, loyal, or charming, which he is all of those things. So Anubis, Samir, that fits. I can't wait to tell her that tomorrow at work. Because I never actually looked it up. I just knew it sounded good. Anubis Samir. He just had a very strong name and very strong features. And I was like, that's a strong name for a strong boy. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's how I ended up with Anubis. And after Anubis, yep, it did. It falls directly in line like that. So after Anubis, I decided, oh god damn it. Oh, Rock. It was Rock. So he does. He have him a second name. He do. So after Anubis, which was a gift to myself, I said I wasn't getting nobody else because I was tapped out at that point. That was 6 animals. I was like, I'm good. I got the big snake. I got the adult ball python. Unique serpents is doing pretty good. You know, I'm happy about. I'm solid where I'm at. I grow everybody up. They'll be, good sizes for the shoots and stuff like that. And then I just decided to get whimsical one day, and I went on this. Now this is back when me and Rock. I had just met Rock. I had met Rock in the group chat for Big Sissy Nicole's podcast. I think it was Two Peas in a Pod. It might have been the one she does on Saturdays. I can't think now what's it called. It's Two Peas in a Podcast on Monday. And then on Saturdays it's shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, damn it. Elias, put it in the comments. Reptiles and cocktails. Don't worry about it. I got it. So I met Rock in one of them chats, right? And me and him really started just going back and forth. We were just going back and forth. Like me and Bosa go back and forth in the chats. If you've ever seen me in the chats, man, I be getting into it with everybody. But I decided, I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely gonna subscribe. He's funny, he's cool, he's mad chill. So I subscribed to his YouTube channel, and I ain't never entered a giveaway on nothing because I just don't have what did I say? Should have named myself Samir when I came out. Stop, Elias, get the fuck on now. But I decided I was gonna enter this giveaway, and I had never entered a giveaway before, and just to try my luck because I don't have the best luck. That's why I don't gamble. And I ended up winning the damn giveaway. Me and Father Dawn won the giveaway, and we each got a new baby from Hirsch Captive. They're dope. They produce some amazing babies. So I ended up I ended up winning Hanzo, and I fell back into my blurred because his name is Hanzo Itachi, and I named him Hanzo. If y'all play Mortal, goddamn, that's a third one. Shit. Now I think about it, fuck, he's the third one named after Mortal goddamn Kombat. Damn. Damn it. Okay, well, shit. Okay, all right, well that works. He's yellow. He's another banana. He's Banana Inchy Head Clown. And I named him Hanzo because if you're a big fan of Mortal Kombat, then you know that Scorpion, the yellow one, the get over here. That's Scorpion. People call him Scorpion, but his real name is Hanzo. His real name is something Hanzo. I remember Hanzo. Don't judge me. I can't remember whatever his first name is, but I knew I didn't want to use it. Either way, I named him that because Scorpion's colors are yellow, so I named Hanzo because he's yellow. And Itachi is from Naruto, which is not one of my favorite animes, but as a character, Itachi is one of my favorite characters from Naruto, the anime. Like, if I had to pick one. Besides Neji, because his name was about to be Hanzo Neji, but I didn't like the way it sounded. I got a lot of bananas, man, and it wasn't supposed to end up like that. It wasn't supposed to end up like that. I'm so dead ass. I don't know how it happened. I don't get the animals because of the gene, or excuse me, because of the morph that they have. I get them because I like them. I didn't know, like, I didn't give a fuck that he was banana. When I got BB, it was his pinstripes. I really, really liked that. He just happened to be banana. And then I knew about banana when I got Gambit because I knew about BB being a banana. I was like, oh, okay, that's what makes him yellow. And when I got Gambit, it was because of the brown. He looked dirty almost, and I liked the dirt look on him. Turns out he's super bright in pictures. He's super yellow in pictures. Gambit is super light in pictures. He's not so, like, when you're looking at him, he don't look that bright, but when he takes a picture, he like, I'm gonna heighten myself up. I'm gonna get everybody. He's gorgeous in pictures. Love him. And he does really well in low and bright lights. Like, Gambit does super well. All his colors really stand out in any light, and I really like that. But Hanzo, he's Banana Inchy Head Clown. And I named him Hanzo because of Scorpion. He's also my favorite character in Mortal Kombat. I'm always fucking around with Hanzo. With Scorpion. Because, when you're growing up and you don't know how to play anybody else, you just know get over here. And that's the only thing you try to do is mash the buttons to make them say it. That's all you know. And then I named him Itachi because of Naruto. And then after that, I went down to Texas, bopped down to Texas, rest well, my baby girl. I bopped down to Texas, met up with Candy, and went to my very first reptile show. I got kidnapped and went to my very first reptile show. It was amazing. And I was gifted Nefertiti, and Nefertiti's name was Nefertiti Marie. For those that know well enough, you've seen her around. Taraya, she's one of my biggest supporters in the game. She bought Kamea for me as a birthday present. Um, and she wanted to play a hand in naming the baby. So Nefertiti actually has Taraya's middle name. So Nefertiti Marie was Nefertiti's name. Unfortunately, she didn't make it. But she was a leopard something. She was a leopard pastel, I believe. I believe she was a leopard pastel. Pretty confident when I say that. Pretty confident when I say that. Unfortunately, I never got to bring Nefertiti home, which I'm kind of happy that I didn't in hindsight. Because if I would have lost her at home, that would have stopped my entire keeping career. That would have stopped my entire keeping career. That would have killed it for me. Um, so after losing Nefertiti, I didn't get anybody for a while. But while I was at that reptile show, I held my first Cresty, and I fell in love with him. Oh my God, I fell in love with him. That Cresty was so sweet. She was the sweetest thing. And if you've ever seen the picture, I'm like, I was so happy. I mean, cheeks hurting. So as soon as I got back, I got on the horn with my man Bear. I got on the horn. I mean, with a quickness. I called him up. I said, "You the goddamn gecko man. I need something. I need something. Anybody, just send me what you got. I don't care. He sent me some pictures of Kai, and I said, ooh, I can't wait. So I went and I said, okay, I'm coming to pick up Kai. Now, Kai and Mochaccino, they don't have any middle names because it was never a definitive whether they were boys or girls. So I didn't give them a middle name because I was gonna wait till I found out the gender for them too. And so I showed up at Bear's house, and I went in there to get Kai. That was the only thing that I was supposed to be walking out with. And of course, I'm walking around with the phone filming some content. Bear showing off his collection. Gorgeous animals. All of them gorgeous. The gargoyles, or I don't think he had leeches at the time, but the gargoyles, the Cresties, Poseidon, his IMG boa baby. Oh my God. This man has some killer shit, boy. Killer. Coming 2024, homeboy is stepping out the game. But he showed me Kai, and I said, oh my God, he's gorgeous. And he was fired up, real dark, almost jet black with some white, big old head. Love him to death. Rest well, Kai. Kai took me out the game. I lost him in December, just a couple weeks ago. Took me the fuck out. Mochaccino took me out, but all of them took me out. But goddamn, Kai took me the fuck out. I've been on a hiatus. Ain't nobody heard from me. They can't figure out what's going on, and they don't need to know what's going on because you motherfuckers don't care about my babies anyway. Look, I'm very much. If I can't bring my babies around, then I'm not going. I'm like, if I can't bring my kids, then I don't want to be there. Like, that's how I feel. Everybody can bring their dogs and stuff when I can bring my baby. Damn it, fuck y'all. So I went over there to pick up Kai, and we got a mutual friend who was there helping clean enclosures and checking out stuff and all that. And Bear pulls out Mochaccino. And Mochaccino did a little bitty thing, and he looked like something straight out of Starbucks. I knew his name was going to be Mochaccino because he had this brown to him with these oranges. Like, he looked like this drink. He looked like a drink straight out of Starbucks. Like, Starbucks got these dark mocha, brown-looking drinks with this, like, orange cinnamon shit on top. I know y'all know what I'm talking about if you drink Starbucks. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know y'all gotta know what I'm talking about. I don't drink Starbucks, but I know y'all done seen them, or at least somebody's barista that made the drink because I've seen these colors before. So I knew he was going to be named Mochaccino. Rest well to him too. Him or her, as well as Kai and Nefertiti. Rest well to all of my babies. Um, I loved them very dearly, and it hurts. It hurts a lot because I lost something that I really did care for. I really truly cared for, and I don't know. I don't know. The worst part about it is I don't know. I don't know what could have or what did go wrong or what was going on. And a lot of folks, hit you with the, you know, well, it's nothing. It's not against you. It's not your care. We know you love that your animals aren't getting sick all the time. And that's a thing. Like this is true. Like with reptiles, they get sick. They will get sick. They have a tendency to get sick ahead of time. It's not like they just go out of nowhere like that. No, they get sick and they probably been holding on to it for a while. And one of the fucked up things is you could have had that animal for 2 years. And it had an issue back 2 years ago when you got him as a baby and you had no idea. They can hide things so well that, especially snakes. I don't feel like lizards do it as well, but snakes especially can live with some shit, some parasites and shit, and you don't have no idea. No idea. I've seen it and it's crazy. So that's everybody that was in the house. That's everybody that was in the house. Two of the babies are currently here. They do have first, middle, and last names. I'm only mentioning one because he's been mentioned before. The newest baby ain't getting mentioned. If you know, you know. But him gonna be debuted about the same time as the other one. Because I haven't posted. His name is Liu Kang. Liu is the first name, Kang in the middle, last name. He is a reticulated python that I put a deposit down on from Lady Tiz Exotics, Big Sissy Nicole, and I have been saying for years that there were two spots specifically in my rack, and this rack holds 10 ball pythons. In this rack, there were two spots. Only 8 of them were going to get filled from anybody else, but 2 spots were reserved for a baby from Big Sissy Mel, which I wanted to get a pod from Big Sis Mel, but the pod clutch didn't make it that time. But I'm cool with Pele. I like pods, but I'm cool with Pele. Pele's a fucking heavy hitter. So that took up the spot for Mel, and I was saving a spot for a ball python from Big Sissy Nicole. And I never would have thought that I would ever begin to repick from Big Sissy Nicole. So now that spot's free. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn ball python from Lady Tiz Exotics. I mean, I do, but I don't because I'm getting a motherfucking repick from Lady Tiz Exotics. And what's crazy is that it might be the one and only retic from that clutch. I'm to my knowledge, she doesn't have any intention on purposefully breeding retics. She's not stepping into that side of it that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. I could have missed something. But the clutch that the retics came from was an accidental clutch. It was not a planned clutch. They weren't supposed to be here. So if she decides to never breed her retics again, I got a one and however many babies it was. I got a one and the only from Lady Tiz Exotic. That is an honor. Like that is crazy to me. So I never would have. First of all, I never would have thought that I'd be able to put a deposit on a retic. First of all, second of all, I never would have thought that she would find it in her heart to gift the retic to me for Christmas. That blew me out the water. I got that information at work. I was at work. They talking about in the group chat, talking about congratulations, Maki. She was doing another giveaway for Christmas for a ball python. I was like, damn, they did that quick. I'm thinking I done won the damn ball python giveaway because I decided to enter on a whim again. And I was like, shit, maybe look, turn around. 2023, kind of heavy. Here we go. Boom. I get the information as the damn retake. Hold the fuck on now. Cried the rest of the day. Cried like a baby. I cried. God, I cried. I was so happy and so proud and just so elated. It was an honor to have that, to have another Kahu recognize me and somebody who I really look up to in the game to recognize me as being, you know, for no less than worthy, because she ain't gonna give no retake to just anybody. First of all, that's off the top. Number two, she ain't just gonna sell anybody a retake, for that matter. So for that to be a thing is just, it bamboozles me every time I think about it. So that is all 8. Well, no, that's not right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lost 3. You know, so that puts me at what? You know, what was it put me at? 8, something like that. Yeah, 8. So 8 and 9, Mr. Liu Kang and Mystery Boy will probably end up being here and being debuted on my TikTok first, and hopefully it'll, I won't end up feeding them, anytime near the live, and I can debut them on one of the lives together, so everybody can see them here on the channel. But that's all the babies that I got right now. That's the entire collection. Oh, I didn't say why I named Liu Kang. So if you don't know, Candy Cane from Ohana Scales has one of the babies from that retake clutch too. Or no. Yeah, she does. She has one from that retake clutch as well from Lady Tiz. And then she ended up getting another retake shortly after. And I actually got the names mixed up. I thought that my boys, Liu Kang's clutch mate, her name is actually Summer Rain. I thought that the one that she named Katana was the one that was his clutch mate. So I was keeping up with the same thing. I was keeping up with the same thing there that you did, Deja, that you did. And I'm gonna, trust me, you gonna get your flowers, mama. You gonna get your flowers, baby. I got you. But I named him Liu Kang because I was like, we got the same clutch from the same clutch. I was like, I'm gonna keep the theme. Turns out that Summer Rain is my boy's clutch mate. So, but I like the name Liu Kang anyway. Liu Kang is my second favorite character. I love his story in the video games. But that is everybody. That is officially everybody. Oh, and Liu Kang's morph. Oh hell, let me see. Hold on. I know it. I don't know about hot because I don't know nothing about no retake now. But I know I got it written down somewhere. Bear with me now. I'm gonna find it. He's some kind of something. I know he's something. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Well, I'll be dadgummit now. I haven't done all this damn research and shit. Oh, here we go. Nope, that ain't it. Yeah, there we go. He is a Motley Sunfire, 100% het, white phase albino or mocha. That's how he was described. That is Liu Kang's morph. So he will be debuted here soon. Probably in the next couple months. Got to wait for a break in the weather to have him shipped off. As soon as I get some warm weather, he is coming home. I can't wait. But I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in and listening to my story time. And one of these days, I'm gonna get them all together so we can, so everybody can meet all the babies if you haven't seen all of them yet. Because I do know there's a few of them that don't get a lot of camera time just because of how they are, and I know about what times they're cool and what times they're not cool to come out. Like most of the time, Anubis he poking his head out right now, but during this time, he's not really out. He don't come out really until about 9 o'clock our time. then he be out moving around and he wants to come out. So I don't ever want to take him out if they're not really wanting to be there. Shout out to all my friends and family that came through to kick it again, once again on episode 2. If you haven't tuned in yet, make sure you do tune in to the Shenanigang on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. EST, and something else somewhere else on Rock on Reptiles channel for Beyond the Scales, where we talk about anything and everything under the sun. Make sure that you're following my people. If you're not subscribed to their YouTube channels, please go to subscribe. It's Creative Elias with Creative Reptiles, Father Don from Uptown Exotics with an X. Rock on Reptiles, my boy, Rock. Candy Cane, Ohana Scales, and Candy Lady Creations, and all of that on the IG, the Instagram, the IG, Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, and all them other social media platforms. I appreciate y'all coming through and kicking it with me. I hope y'all had a good time. Once again, catch me next week here at 7 p.m. We're going to have that special guest, The Bear, Mr. Bear, my brother from another mother, who I didn't know that I knew. It's going to be a hell of a time and a hell of a story. So make sure that y'all tune in next week at 7, and we'll see you then. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night.